Hello and welcome to another episode of Political Gospel with Governor Wildstar, and I am Governor Wildstar. Hey everybody, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in once again. I really do appreciate you paying attention and contacting me and letting me know how much this has inspired any or all of you to get more involved in what's going on in your community, as well as how much this has helped change your views on certain topics and issues. So, thank you to all of you for the outpouring support and positivity, as well as all of you out there that are participating and have participated in the Million Call protest. If you haven't heard, I've requested that 1,000,000 calls be made to the Harbor Justice Center. Not 1,000,000 people, 1,000,000 calls. So you can make many calls as you'd like to make, again, to the Harbor Justice Center. And those that have, I'd just like to inform you that those calls have been working. I can tell by my interaction with the court officials, the district attorneys, the judges, the officers, etc. The clerks have been definitely contacting, and again, I can tell that these calls that you people have been making an influence with what's how they approach and deal with this case regarding regarding driving without a license, etc., etc. So, again, if you'd like to participate in a Million Call protest, just visit my website, governorwildstar.com. Click on where it says Million Call protest, and that'll give you any and all information on how you can get involved. So, thank you again to all of you out there that have been making those calls and plan on continuing to make those calls. So, thank you very much. And just to let you know that these cases in general are pretty much false allegations. The last case in general, case 13HM04404, is a domestic battery case that they've since created based on an argument that I had with my wife after we had left trial that day. It's unfortunate that we, of course, had that argument, but that's a personal matter. And the police were called on the scene, asked for identification. I refused to do so because, again, I don't have to do that. And I was arrested because of that. They never asked my wife, was she okay or has she been hurt, etc., etc. They never even really cared about her welfare when they came on the scene, but yet wanted to arrest me on these supposed domestic abuse battery charges. And she has since written a letter herself to the district attorney requesting that the charges have been dropped, and have even met with them and investigators to request in person that this case be dismissed. So who knows? We'll find out tomorrow, Monday, what happens. Until then, definitely keep those calls coming in and keep that support going, because again, it is working. And even though the cases have yet to be dismissed, I can definitely tell that the agitation is growing. So thank you again to any and all of you out there participating with the Million Call protest. Also, I'd like to pretty much talk to you guys about how this has the opportunity to create public perception. Pretty much, we can watch TV and read magazines, and we go out into the world and we see other people, and based on what we may have read or may have heard, our perception is manipulated, not on the reality of the facts of the matter, but all because of this influence, outside influence that we've received. And the creation of public perception is very, very important, especially with what's going on right now with our country and the security leaks of the national NSA security leaks that have been provided by Edward Snowden, who was a CIA operative, and basically informed us that all of our telephone calls, all of our internet activity, etc., is being recorded and monitored by our government, and they have since charged him with espionage. Now, this should raise a really, really, really big red flag to any and all of you that believe in freedom, liberty, and justice for all. I don't think so. And the public perception being created on television is to more so just paint the guy as being a rebel or a spy. And this is false. This is definitely false. He worked for this company called the CIA that is our international surveillance group, and they're not spying overseas or doing anything overseas to help us. Everything that's being done is domestic. This is here where they're spying on us, American citizens, under the guise of protecting us. And this is the trade that we've made between freedom and security. And we as citizens need to realize that our freedom is being usurped by this decision of our political leaders to provide more security. And in doing so, many of you are losing your freedoms. Many of you don't mind about that. You don't mind the Patriot Act. You don't mind having your emails read. You don't mind having your telephones calls monitored 24/7. But I am a free person. I am not a terrorist. I am not a criminal. Therefore, I don't feel like any of these surveillance tactics should be used against me, especially if I know that if someday, one day, if anything may happen, all of this information can be drummed up and used against me, despite a current Supreme Court case that has said no past driving records or court issues can be brought up in a case against a person. So this is more information that has been and is available on my website, governorwildstar.com. So make sure to visit as often as possible to keep up to date with what's going on with current events, as well as what's happening with our rights and freedoms as American citizens. Again, this creation of public perception goes beyond just, national security, because again, with what's going on with the courts and my wife and I, etc., it makes it seem as if I have bad character. And those that know me personally know that I am a very, very passionate person. I love abundantly, I love affluently, and I love openly. I'm pretty much one of those people that is considered to wear his heart on his sleeve. And in doing so, I do my best to also protect myself and not let others take advantage of that. So